Welcome to the Auntie Talks and Listens podcast.
Welcome to the Pajama Party. Audience, one of the things that I am blessed with is that I am not cursed with the jealousy gene. However, I do have a heartstring tug when it comes to women who have sisters. And so, while I have a brother who I love dearly, I don't think it's the same as having sisters. So today, in honor of National Girlfriends Day, which is August 1st, I invited 3 of my besties, and let me say this, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am rich and wealthy with girlfriends, to join me to talk about the power of girlfriends. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me in your pajamas.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, can I get you to introduce yourself to the audience and talk about how long we have had the privilege of being girlfriends?
Okay, I'll start. I'm Regina, and I think Tracy, we met in, 19... I don't even know. But anyway, we've known each other for at least 35 years, I think.
Longer than that, babe.
7.
Longer than that, but okay.
Okay,
yeah.
so around there.
Yeah.
And we met through, well, I think I met you first in business.
Mm-hmm. Through a mutual friend.
Through a mutual friend's friend.
Yes.
And your business partner at the time. And it's so funny because when I met you, I thought, oh, she's a little snob. And so she's a little snobby. Yeah, Tracy's a little snobby. She's a little snobby. But, you know, she tolerated me and my antics. But, you know, I was seeking advice, and I had called the business partner. She sent Tracy to interview me and what I needed. And then as some time went on, we got to know each other because you were interested in Jack and Jill.
Yes.
And you were living in the same area as me.
Yes.
So you fell into our boundaries for our chapter. But you and I met that way.
Yes.
And then our girls were a year apart.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that just basically started a real bond between us in a lot of different, you know, ways as parents and sisters. And the one thing I can say with her snobby little self.
By the way, audience, I'm just finding out that she thought I was a snob, so okay.
She turned out to be a real rider, and that's true. I mean, you know, me being an only child, my mom's only child. I have other siblings, but I never lived with any of them. I got to pick my girlfriends, and so, you know, and I'm a very discerning about that. I take my time, you know, but once you're mine, you're mine. So, you know, that's how it started.
And let me say this. I think that one of the things that Regina touched upon but didn't go as in depth with was that, yes, we met through mutual friends, but then we both became officers in Jack and Jill. And I want to say the sisterhood, more than anything, that created amongst us, because we worked hard and played hard together for many years and with our children.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And we learned how to parent and how to not kill our children. We knew when to ship the kids off with their fathers off to Knott's Berry Farm or whatever, and we could, you know, kick it. But there's just so many, and, you know, so many memories that I know I couldn't capture in this short period of time, but but you've been a true rider.
It's a ride or die.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I know there's times when she had to, you know, come and do some things that she probably didn't want to do. She'd come over, you know, to help me move, and she's in kitten heels. But I'm like, surely
she was there.
She was there. She showed up, you know. And Nala, you know, of course, went and got her, you know, and Nala's coming in her jogging outfit and tennis shoes, and here comes Tracy flip-flopping in. But she was there, and she was working hard, and, you know.
We made it happen.
Yeah, we made it happen.
Absolutely. Amanda.
Well, yes, Tracy and I have been friends for over 45 5 years, I believe.
Don't talk about your age.
That's I was a child.
I'm younger.
I was a child. Yeah, 3 months, right? So we met in college at San Francisco State when we were 17.
Yes.
And just became, fast friends.
Yeah.
We had different roommates at the time that neither of us got along with.
So funny.
And so we, created this, scenario so that we could move in together and be roommates.
Yeah.
And so it really did work out. We had a lot of fun that we did. I think we were reminiscing earlier about one of the first times that we ever got drunk.
Some of the tomfoolery.
Yes. But one of the things that I really remember was we were still 17 and we wanted to get our ears pierced.
Oh. Wow.
And at that time, you had to have a parent's signature.
Oh, my goodness.
And so she signed my form and I signed hers.
Oh, that is funny.
And we went to the Stonestown Mall and got our ears pierced. Do you remember that, Tracy?
Of course I do.
Hilarious. But we have continued to be friends, although we had fell off for a few years.
We lost touch. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost touch.
But the true testimony to all of our friendship is I had a major health issue. And these women showed up despite not having been in touch for many years, despite one who is on the couch who nurturer ain't in her name.
I wonder who that would be.
It ain't.
I ain't saying
When
nothing.
she kept saying, hey, I need to know when my shift is, and she's living in a different state, I was like, she really trying to come, right? She showed up and showed out. And so I am forever grateful. And it is the true testimony when people show up who do things that are not part of their wheelhouse, show up and they have not been around for many years and come and fry chicken for you because you said you need it.
Yes.
Who come and
I did. I fried the chicken.
She fried the chicken.
Gumbo.
Oh, I love
It was
it.
delicious.
yeah, it
Must say so
was.
myself.
So as I said, Lord knows I'm a wealthy ass girl when it comes to my friends.
And Tracy and I have also done a podcast together.
Yes, we have.
We
Very well.
kind of ventured into that for a minute. I still am working. Some of us are retired, not me yet. So it was a little challenging for me to keep up with the pace.
And let me say this, while it was challenging to keep up with the pace, the quality of the work that we did on Champagne Conversations, Multiple Generations was excellent.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And I have to say, I feel very fortunate to have a friend who helped me to learn the ropes of podcasting. And then when it did not support where she was in her life between still working, having a husband and grandchildren, said, okay, this is not the right time for me, but I support you going ahead. And she has flown into town to do this with me. So
Yes, I'm
much
still living
appreciated.
up in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
so I am happy to be down here in Southern California.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
it. Love
thank
it.
you.
Sheila.
Well, I'm Sheila, and I'm from Texas, so I'm a little bit different than the rest of the girls. So I met Tracy in 1984, which is 40 years ago. I can't believe it.
Crazy town.
I moved to Los Angeles for my very first professional job. Didn't know anybody. I was lonely, blah, 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 blah. And I decided to, what was the name of that gym?
It was
What
LA Fitness, I think.
LA Fitness or something.
Yeah,
so I
I think it
decided
was.
to join this gym.
Yeah.
And one day I go to the gym and I put on my, little workout, my university t-shirt and my little pants. And Tracy, I just walked by her and she said, oh, Texas Southern University. That's in Houston. My husband's from Houston.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I did not let her go. Didn't let her go.
We didn't let each other
We
go.
didn't let each other go. And I only stayed here, 2 years?
Yeah.
But during that period of time, she was just with me. And
We
we
were
would,
family.
I would go grocery shopping with her. She would take me to Costco because, and I didn't have anything better to do on the weekend. I hated the weekends when I first got here because, I knew my fellow, I knew my coworkers,
Yes.
but I didn't have any friends. And so Tracy was like, "I'll be your friend." And she just stayed, right? In my heart. I suppose I stayed in her heart. I think you're trying to talk about me as this person who doesn't have maternal skills. And I am that person. I don't.
Yeah, everybody know.
But
Everybody know.
Everybody know, right? Everybody know. I don't know how to take care of people like that.
That's not her
But I
thing.
do know
But
how to
she
take care of.
shows up.
Yeah, that's not my thing. But I show up. And
Yeah,
so
you do.
not only did I meet Tracy, then I met these women through her. And so I've known you guys 20 years at least, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful.
Yeah.
And you, Tracy, introduced my daughter moved to Houston.
Oh, yes,
And so
I forgot
you
about this.
basically assigned Sheila to me.
Yes.
So Sheila would make sure that I was, invited places. She met me for lunch, took me to lunch or dinner, and
The pecan pie.
oh my God,
The pecan pie.
so wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
but I think the first time I took it to Jessica's
Yes,
house.
you did.
I did.
You
I
did, and we
Uh-huh.
ate that thing and scraped the pan and everything. But yeah, so every time I would go, because I was thinking about moving there because
You
when
were.
my first grandbaby was born. But Sheila was my girl.
Yeah.
She had the hookup on my social life. I
Yeah.
was going places.
And I'm gonna say a little bit more about Miss Sheila. So she is definitely not known as a nurturer. That's a fact.
We can agree on that. Yes.
So when she first, and just full disclosure, I had cancer, and I was a 45-year-old, extremely healthy, extremely fit person who had taken really good care of myself, who found myself with colon cancer. And it was a shock to all of us. And I will say that I was in a unique position, though, again, and that I was so wealthy with girlfriends who were going to show up for me in every way possible. Sheila was living in Houston, and she immediately said to me, I'm going to come out to do at least a week to help take care of you. And I'm not going to lie, I thought it was kind of like, that's what people say. I'm here. So I wasn't trying to schedule you. I was not.
I know you were. I know.
I
Friend.
was not. And then you said to me, Sheila was still working, and Sheila is a retired tax attorney who had a big job, and she would say to me, "Hey, listen, I need to know when I'm supposed to come because I need to schedule my time off work." And finally, it occurred to me, she's really trying to come, right? So, gave her a date, whatever. Sheila was one of the first in the rotation to come after I had gotten out of the hospital. And
See, people start off nice. People start off nice.
She don't even know. Regina knows. Regina knows because I call Regina. Okay.
Regina, I need you to verify this because I don't. Well, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
She's gonna tell us.
So what happened was, okay, so I tried to be extremely appreciative of the support that I had. And so being very cautious about having really specific and demanding requests. But one thing everyone knows about me is that my coffee is my coffee, and it needs to be right. So
No,
it happened. I didn't even
I'm
call
not
you
gonna
out.
say anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
So I told Sheila I need to have the coffee in the morning from Starbucks. I need it extra hot. I need extra foam. I like the foam thick. So, and I want this pastry. Sheila came back. She said, they ain't had that. They ain't had that. They had none of that. I guess.
I did not recall.
Yeah, I bet you don't, as attorney. I bet you don't. Attorney Dansby. Sheila came back and said they didn't have that. Meanwhile, she had gotten herself coffee and pastry. She said she ate it. I had no strength, no skills to make food for myself. I was like, wow, she's eating the food. I have no coffee, I have no food. I called Regina, I said, she's here. She's eating the food. She said, maybe tomorrow. That's what she told me. Okay.
No, you don't recall any of this?
Do you recall this, Regina?
Vaguely.
So I'm just saying, I love my friends. I love how they'll show up for me. But I also know there's some boundaries.
We all have our strengths and our weaknesses.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay, ladies, thank you so much for introducing yourselves.
Oh, that was just the introduction?
And the fact,
We divulge a lot of information.
the fact that we have over 40 years of friendship.
That's a lot.
Again, when I think about that, we forget how very, very blessed and fortunate we are. Because so many people don't have that. And so I am thankful for each and every one of you and the role that you play in my life, and that you got on planes and freeways to come and be here with me today. Thank you so much.
Happy
So,
to be here.
we'll start on this end this time. Sheila, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are girlfriends to you? And why?
Girlfriends are like 9.7 because you just, it sometimes nobody else understands you. You can give your secrets to, you can give your weaknesses, talking about your deficiencies, what makes you happy, your future, and your girlfriends just kind of shelter you. They're just like a little pod around you that's kind of take you through life, right? And girlfriends have different iterations. Every girlfriend relationship is not the same. So you could be my girlfriend for secret keeping. You could be my girlfriend for career or whatever. You could be my girlfriend for family. And so just the possibilities and the warmth and the quality that girlfriends bring to your life is just great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I do have sisters. I have 2 sisters who are also like girlfriends. But it's different to have a girlfriend than having a sister. And so, like Sheila said, girlfriends, you have certain ones for certain things. And there's a certain level of freedom with a girlfriend that you don't have with a sister.
Oh,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because there, you have all this family stuff with a sister that you don't have with a girlfriend. And so I definitely have special relationships with girlfriends. And then you can share some things with a girlfriend that you wouldn't share necessarily with a sister. And yeah, girlfriends are super important. I don't know about 1 to 10 or whatever, probably. I would say 9.
So again, Amanda and I would describe us as childhood friends. Because 17, while both of us went to college very young, you're still a child, right?
Yeah, at that time. We didn't think that at that time.
Oh no, we thought we were grown. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna go into that. And the boys, I'm not gonna go into that. Okay. I will say, not only did Amanda and I establish this lifelong bond, and I'll be honest, it was very clear to me in the beginning of our friendship that this was something different. This was not, oh, I met a friend. This was something special. And maybe part of that was because you shared your sisters with me. Amanda has 2 sisters. Amanda is the middle girl.
Yep.
She's got a younger sister, Krista, who in my mind, Krista was Lord, always trying to run things. Krista was trying to be the boss of us, right?
She's the oldest.
No,
she's
the
a baby.
youngest.
Oh, she's a baby.
The babies do that. That's
Right.
what
Krista was trying to be the boss of us, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she had Terry, her older sister, who we all looked up to. She was very revered. Terry was the epitome of a lady,
Yes.
right? And so Amanda shared them with me. And to this day, I still think of them as part of my sisterhood. And so I can't say how much I appreciate that also.
That's wonderful. They would love hearing that too.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah.
You know, well, for me, girlfriends are like, they're 11. You know, we're all off the Richter scale because I never lived with any of I have half sisters and I have one, I don't want to say stepsister. She was her father raised me. You know, and my mom were married, and when I speak about my father, that's what I'm talking about. So she's my sister, but I never lived with any of my sisters. I have 3 that, you know, share blood, and one, you know, through marriage. But, and although, you know, they're my family, I chose my friends and my family as my family members. And my mom actually, because she only had me, so she was lovely for her, so she had more girls to, and so sometimes my girlfriends would, you know, come over and, you know, visit with her. And you know, I was a reader. I like to sleep. I like to, you know, talk to boys on the phone. So I might be
She likes to sleep.
You know, I might be in the corner, you know, talking to a boyfriend on the phone, and they were entertaining my mom or whatever. So I chose my family of friends, and it's just been great because you don't get to choose, you know, what family you're born into.
That's right.
And so, but I was able to choose, you know, my family of friends.
I have to say, and I know you guys agree, all of you, one of the best things about having a sister is, a sister is great, I have one, but friends is they will call you on your stuff. And I specifically recall in my life, there was a time when I was a little bit off track, and Tracy, individually, and 2 other of my sisters, all 3 individually didn't even know, had a talk with me about me. And you know, it takes a good friend to care, you know, and it takes an even better friend to actually approach you in love and say, you know, maybe you need to think about this, and this, blah, 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 blah. And that, to me, that's like, I don't know who else would have done that for me if I didn't have good friends.
That's right. Yeah. And that really leads into my next question, which is, what is something you can count on from one of the ladies here or another friend that you're willing to share? And I'll go first. And so I'm going to go through the 3 of you. Regina. Okay, Regina. What I know for sure is that I'm going to get some honest talk. And if I done been out somewhere, like I have many times, and I have been inappropriate, I done said the wrong thing, for sure,
Really?
I'm going to get a phone call the next day. She's going to call me. She's going to call me, and she's going to say, so when you said, right? She doesn't like it when we really call her the big sister, but she is number 1 big sister in the group. She's going to be honest. She's going to tell us,
That's a great call.
with love, that you done messed up, right? And you need to write an apology letter, a thank you letter. Oh, girl. Oh, yeah, no, we all, you may not know this, but we all talk about it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Did you get the call?
That's terrible.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Oh, goodness.
So that's my girlie Gina. Amanda, I have to say how much we are wired very differently. And I think our different wiring is a testament to our friendship. And the fact that we think about things so differently. And for those of you who are not familiar with Northern California versus Southern California, It's like we
I
could be
lived both
different,
places.
right?
No.
It's like different countries almost, right? It's like different countries. And I ain't gonna lie, there's some haterade on both sides.
Okay, on both sides.
On
Okay, I'll
both
take that. I'll
sides.
take
On
that.
both
I'll take
sides.
that.
There's some
Yes.
haterade on both sides.
Yeah.
Because of her different approach, I have learned so much as a result of it. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but last night in the car, I was telling Amanda and Sheila how now that I'm a retired person and able to think about things differently, how much more I may, well, not the same, align with some of the values that Amanda has had for all of our life, that I was like, girl, if you say that one more time, I can't. Please stop. So that's Amanda. Sheila, for me, I have to say, the difference that we have is that she's a Southern girl, and I am an LA native through and through. Will call me on my crap when I am being an LA girl and being dismissive of other people, and let me know that different people think differently depending upon where they're from, and that does not mean that they are less, that I'm smarter, or that they're smarter, but we're just different.
Smarter, right?
Oh, right.
She's the smartest one.
She is. She is. And let me.
No, but
We're talking about you.
Oh, wait, they didn't call me out. They didn't call me out. Okay, well, I do have, I've said on this podcast before.
I'm sorry.
I have an ego, and it has to be checked sometime. And let me say this. Sheila kind of, you may have thought I didn't catch it last night. Sheila kind of checked me last night and said, Heifer, you may think you're smart, but there's a lot of people who's smarter than you that I know. Right? You did. Oh, you did. Don't try to act like you didn't. You did. Yes, you did.
Okay, this is a friend's moment. and the whole deal is you took it one way. Amanda heard it a completely different way.
No. Let me tell you. I know you well enough to know you. Nuh-uh. I know you well enough to know that what you were saying to me is, girl, you think you done accomplished.
But I wasn't. I
don't remember.
But the whole deal is, after this, we'll talk about it, and it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good, and that's what I love. So, okay, so
But you are very smart.
Yes,
You are very smart.
She is.
And I will say this: those people who know me, it's important to me that people in my life know that I love them and I will be there for them, and that I'm smart. You
are smart.
You is important.
No, I love Tracy's sense of style, and she is very elegant. I mean, your home is just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I always feel welcome when I come here.
That's important to me.
And it's kind of a haven of sorts.
Yeah,
for
when I
your
rang the
girlfriends.
doorbell, my shoulders, they had been up around, and I was like, relaxed.
Yeah.
That brings me so much joy to hear that, seriously.
And she works so hard to make you comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to make things nice, you know. And, but, she's also that kind of girl that, if she walks in your house and you frying chicken and she's going to grab a piece of chicken, she might walk out to the street with gnawing on it. But, but she's also really into fine dining, so it's like, that's who she is,
That's true.
I will never
she's
forget
versatile.
when I came, when you were at the Miranda house, actually, and I brought my husband and my daughter, Imani.
Yes, I remember
and we
that.
came.
Yeah.
And we caught you in the middle of a nap.
Oh, did
Girl, you opened the door with a headscarf on.
That's right.
She did.
That's right.
She did.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
It was
right.
hilarious.
That
we
is
had
right.
a great time.
That is right.
We had a great time.
And I will say, talking about chicken and talking about everybody being themselves. So, yes, I have walked out your house with a chicken leg, eating it, and going in my car. If there ever becomes a situation where they do something to me where I don't look black, and they bring out chicken and watermelon, it's over. It's over.
Identify.
It's right. It is over, right?
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Okay, ladies. I think initially I was worried that this would be a little staid, which it has been none of the above. And we have definitely been in our moment, in our element. And so I wanted to bring in some questions from this game that is called We're Not Really Strangers. And I find this game absolutely fascinating. It is a way to help you to get to know a new loved one, perhaps friends, to deepen that relationship. And some of the questions are very light and some of them are deep. And so I wanted to do a couple and modify a couple in a way that helped us to basically talk more about who we are. And so the original question is, what do my shoes tell you about me?
Okay.
And I have modified it since, again, it's a pajama party and we're barefoot, to what do your pajamas, Amanda, tell us about you?
The ones I have on now?
The ones you have on
Or
now?
the ones I wear at home, generally?
Whatever you feel like, baby girl.
Because the ones I have at home, generally, are very comfortable.
Okay.
And these are comfortable as well. But I wanted to have something a little bit more elevated for this
Yeah.
conversation. So that I like to be elevated at times, and sometimes I just like to be comfortable and just down home and, let it all hang out, as they say.
There's a lot to hang out.
A little bit. I got a little bit. Little junk in the trunk, as they might say.
Okay. It shows that I know how to follow orders because I'm not really a pajama person, but Tracy said, get you some pajamas, and I did what she told me to do.
You follow the rules.
I follow the rules.
I love
I'm
it.
a rule follower.
And cute pajamas you did wear.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Gina?
Oh my God. Well, I'm probably more like Amanda in the pajama arena, because my pajamas, they range from T-shirts and, last year's Christmas pajama pants to, maybe, my daughter calls it my muumuu, which is not really a muumuu. It's a gown, but it's a cotton gown, and it's quite comfortable, in the summertime. So, or sometimes there's nothing. It just depends. But as far as the ones I have on now, it's got some stuff and colors that I like. So, and I had to follow the rules too, because she told us we got to wear this. Because the first thing I thought, I said, pajamas.
I
why?
know. I was
Why?
it's stressing me out.
It's stressing me out.
And I immediately went to Amazon and I just like pajamas.
Oh yeah.
And I just called up all these different, pajamas.
I ordered 3. I had to take them back because they didn't fit right. But anyway, it was a journey, and it's like, why do I have to do this? Why can't
Because Tracy said.
Right, exactly.
But I have to say, after I think it's when we went to Cancun. Where did we go? We
Cabo.
went somewhere.
Cabo. Oh, you didn't
And,
come, huh?
no,
That
it was
was
you guys.
Amanda told me,
What another
you
time.
need to buy you some pajamas. Because she said, you got these mismatched.
I know. Sheila had on a T-shirt, and I was like,
And so now,
okay, I'm not really bougie or
she
kind of
literally, she was like, you need to buy you some pajamas.
I
can't.
That's so funny.
Well,
I was like, okay.
One of the reasons why I asked the ladies to be in the pajamas, I'm going to call out a couple things, but I'm not going to elaborate, is because of the incredible fun and ridiculousness we have had in our pajamas. Between vacations, sleepovers, coming into town, whatever it was. And I'm going to say a couple things. I'm not going to call out because these women have told me, don't be telling all my business. Okay. Cabo.
Okay.
There was a
you guys did a Cabo.
Backward. It wasn't me. But yes, I witnessed
backwards,
it. I
a
saw
golf
some
card,
things. I saw
and
some
an
things.
ATM card.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Lord
yes.
have mercy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You talk. You talk
Okay,
in the house.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything.
There
but
was a gummy situation, but it wasn't mine. But I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there.
What kind of gummy? Like gummy bears like the kids eat?
let me just say this. Okay. I'm just going to say that while I may have been responsible for the initiation, I will say that there were people here who did not partake, but definitely antagonized the situation. There were people who, I ain't gonna tell her story.
Okay, that is my story to tell, and I will not.
Okay. So we have had some incredible fun in our pajamas, and that's why I ask everybody to be in their pajamas. And what I would say my pajamas say about me is that, I don't know, I just like to feel pulled together. The orange match my house. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. That's it.
And you've always said that you make outfits out of everything.
Oh, yes.
Be it your pajamas, whatever, it's an outfit.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
true. And that has to do with my dearly departed mama who was like, girl, be pulled together. Okay. Okay. So last question from the We're Not Really Strangers game is, what is your superpower?
Oh, what is my superpower?
Yeah, I'll take whoever wants to go first.
We have so many. We're trying to,
I would say empathy.
Yes,
Oh, how
that's good for
beautiful
you.
is that?
Yeah. I am an empathetic person.
Oh, I love that.
And
That's the big one. That's big.
And that leads a lot of who I am and what I do and how I show up, I think. Yeah.
I like to think that I'm empathetic because I do process a lot, but I know having empathy it's a huge weight,
Yeah.
And so I try to I can take it in, but then I'm like, I got to get it off of me because it's too much.
But you do a good job of that.
But I
do
am
an excellent job of
passionate
that.
about a lot of things, and so I think usually that passion will drive me into doing the right thing or helping people or doing something. But I don't know if it's listening, maybe listening, because I do try to listen, but then sometimes I talk too much, so I'm listening. So I don't know.
Well, I think mine is I'm action oriented. So I'm going to try to help you, whatever, especially kids. I'm trying,
100%.
Yeah, so I think so. What's your superpower?
I'm sorry, it did come to me. I think my faith is my superpower.
Wow.
I really do think that because when it gets life gets too chaotic, I'm going within and I'm going to talk to the source. So I think that is for me.
I love that.
That is good.
I love that.
And every friend needs a friend like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Sheila, you asked what mine is. And I would say the one that can probably drive all of you nuts, and that is that I'm a planner.
I was just going to say that when you said that. When you said that, it was on the tip of my tongue.
That's right.
She's a planner. Yes, and she is. And it's great.
It's a good thing.
It's an asset.
Yeah.
Sometimes to a fault. But
Yes, I agree. And I know it. And I'm going to stop there because it does lead into my final question before we close, and that is, do you think that our differences make our friendships better or challenge it? And state why. So I'm gonna go. I will say that our differences are a huge asset. Our different professional lives, our family lives, and just our natural wiring. Like I said, I know if I have screwed up, there ain't no question about it. Regina Martin's gonna call me and tell me that was not okay. And we all need to be told when we are not okay. I can tell you that recently Sheila and I went with Amanda to New Orleans. Amanda was working in New Orleans. And again, we come from different places in our thought process. And I attempted to call her out about something, and she called me out. And it made me stop, take a step back, and think. And I appreciate that. I know for a fact, she was like, wait,
I'm
what?
like, I don't even know what it is. I'm
Oh,
going
I
to have to ask Amanda, what is she talking about?
Oh, I know exactly
Do you
what
know
she's
what she's
talking
saying?
about.
It was at the dinner table.
Yeah, it was a whole racial equity thing.
Right, it was a racial equity issue.
Yeah.
I still don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah. She checked my behind, and
I can't wait till we get to talk about this in a few minutes, okay?
yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, and this is probably gonna be hard for you to hear. Everybody knows I think I'm smart. I have, again, I talk about my
Well, you
blessings.
are smart.
Yeah, you are.
I am smart, but I talk about my blessings. I am blessed and rich with friendship. My parents were flawed people, but I am blessed with how much they poured into me, what my assets were. And one of those is my dad constantly told me I was smart. And sometimes I can be an a-hole about that. And Sheila will help me to understand you are smart. They're a bunch of smart ass people.
And her being one of them.
Right. And she will let me know.
Actually, that's what I told her the other night. I was like, including Tracy.
Right. She let me know last night in the car on the way home from dinner when I was probably peacocking. I know a bunch of people.
But you know what? It is just, when you talk about friends, I have quite a few friends.
You
All
are
my
blessed
friends
with
have good
very-
character.
Exactly.
That's foundational.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And then I know some badass women. That's just
do.
it. Period.
You do.
Around the nation,
You do.
including Tracy.
Right.
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
You
That's
do.
just yeah.
All right. Anybody else on the...
But you know what I was thinking about, our differences, because you're a planner and you have your schedules and things to start, and it's so funny I have to say that since you've retired, you're not
better.
as anal about it.
I'm not.
Because there was a point
Thank
where
you. They didn't want to admit it earlier today when I said that, Regina.
there was a point where I was worried about her.
Crazy town.
And worried about, it's like, can we maintain these friendships? Because it's like you are stressing the hell out of us about whatever. And so, but it also, I remember you saying a long time ago, and it made good sense, because I've never tried to disrespect anyone in my tardiness, but you made a comment about it being disrespectful of other people's time when you're late or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I do think about it, not just with you, but other people as well.
Yeah.
And then you said it years ago. And, and usually when I am, because like today, when I was running behind schedule, and I thought, you guys go ahead and get, I don't have to be a part of the, because I know it's important to her to have, things timely or whatever, and I definitely, not trying to disrespect ever, that time frame, but sometimes it just don't work out too well.
I know.
Because I try to crowd
But
too
I'm
much
much
in
more
it.
chill, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
heck
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Heck
Definitely a type A.
But let me
For
say
sure.
this to the audience. That is retirement, and I'm honest. It's Lexapro. I believe in it. Take it if you need it. Okay. Anyway, Amanda.
I don't know that I have too much to add.
Okay,
but
that's fine.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. Anything, Sheila, about do our differences make our friendship easier or challenge it?
Oh, did you have
Well,
something?
I mean, I was going to say that I think it's both. That at times it makes it easier and challenging, like the differences that we have in our values or beliefs or whatever. But it also opens, if we allow ourselves, opens our minds and sometimes our hearts to hear and see something that is different from what we may have thought. So I
Exactly.
think it's both things, yeah.
Exactly.
I do too, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it. I do.
And I will say this sort of final about that particular question. All three of these ladies are probably much more, and I use this word, judiciously religious than I am, and yet they are very tolerant of me and have never made me feel less than, and are kind to me and pray for me, and I pray for them. I just pray a little bit differently. I will also say that Regina talked about me, and my urgency with timeliness, that goes back to how I was raised. I mean, I was raised that to be tardy is disrespectful of other people's time. And so it's a thing that has been hard for me to let go of, but I'll tell you this much. Our one friend who was supposed to be here today, who is not, she has been my biggest teacher in letting go of that, because she ain't gonna be on time. Ain't no way, never.
She tries. She tries.
I don't know if I believe that.
She just has a different sense of what that is.
I don't know if I believe that.
Of urgency or
but what I do know is when she arrives, she's going to be fully present, and she's going to give me all she has. And so I have learned to appreciate that more than being so focused on the fact that she is not timely.
Yeah.
And I have more to say on that, but I don't remember right now. So in the spirit of closing the show, I always like to close the show with a little wisdom. And I will tell you, the two things that are top of mind to me is that to have good friends, you have to be a good friend.
Absolutely.
That's right.
We have the friendships that we have because we have invested in them. And we have pissed each other off from time to time. And we have been more focused on the value that we bring as opposed to the times when somebody ruffles your feathers a little bit.
That's right.
And what I would say to the audience is, go get yourself some damn good girlfriends.
Yes.
Be rich like me.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, ladies.
Auntie Talks and Listens will be available every other Tuesday on all podcast applications and YouTube. Talk to you soon.